Welcome back to the Murdy Creative Co podcast. I'm your host, Colin Murdy, and today's topic is the devil's in the details. But first, I want to say thank you to everyone who supported the company so far. If you haven't got a chance, go check us out on the web at Murdy Creative Co. That's MURDY creative.co. Or you can check us out on Facebook and Instagram by searching at Murdy Creative Co. to see the best of our product shots. Follow us, keep up to date with our daily photos, and be the first one to know about new product launches. You can also use the subscribe button at the bottom of our website to be included in all of our new product announcements. Be sure to check out our laser engraving, personalization options, and exclusive colors on the website, or you can get a blank one on Amazon Prime. So, in the last episode, I talked about our scaling up procedures and how we did an analysis with formulas to figure out that realistically, for the company to function where it really needs to be, we need to be rapidly accelerating our marketing efforts and growing the company at a pretty brisk pace. So, over the course of the last 10 days, we have increased our marketing spend to almost twice what it was. We have seen twice as many orders come in, so that's been good. But I think the formula that it was originally based upon, that the model was based upon, was wrong. I was looking at the numbers, and I was driving, it was Friday, I was driving into work and thinking on my drive about where we were at numbers-wise with the money that was coming in and the money that was going out. And I had a lot of anxiety about this because now we're on a speeding car that's moving 90 miles an hour, and we're on a very narrow highway. And if I mess up in one direction or the other for whatever reason, we're going to go right in the ditch. And so that's provided me with a lot of anxiety, but ironically, anxiety is useful in some cases, and in this case particularly, because what happened was I was looking at the numbers in our bank accounts based off of the sales numbers we were getting and what we'd expected to make, and I was realizing that we weren't putting enough money away based off what we should have been doing. So I said, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go rerun the numbers, and I'm going to go relook at all the formulas. And when I did that, I found that there was something missing. When we originally had built the formulas out, we had used our net profit cost of goods sold ratio in the formula. And I realized in hindsight that that's not how our sales numbers are normally recorded, at least not the way that we look at them. We look at them as gross receipts coming in from the day, not as net. And so the formula for the cost of goods sold needed to reflect the gross receipts. And needed to use the cost of goods sold for gross, which includes the shipping costs, the taxes, and the credit card processing fees. So our number for our cost of goods sold doubled. Well, not quite doubled. It went up by, if doubling is going up by 100%, it went up by 80%. So that changes the formula a lot. What it did show me, though, was it showed me that the formula needed to be retooled to account for that. And so when it needed to be a tool to account for it, I wanted the numbers to be as real as possible. So what I ended up doing was I went into our books and I ran actually what we spent on shipping per order at the order level. And then I went and pulled out the order numbers and ran them against the revenues from those individual orders and how much we charged for shipping, right? So that was actually able to provide some very interesting insight into where areas that were just losing money on shipping. And you may look at our shipping prices and go, how could you possibly be losing money on shipping? We're losing money on every order. It just shows you how expensive shipping is. So that was an interesting and eye-opening experience because based off of how we had originally priced our shipping, we weren't going to lose money based off of what the quotes had been told to us. So this has actually inspired us to go back to our supplier, our shipping partners, and say, look, this is what you had quoted us as these being. We're seeing numbers that are not that, and in fact are much higher than that. And so how can we account for that, right? What's the difference here? And now that we're doing twice as much volume as we were when we originally set up the agreement, is it possible for us to get better discounts? We'll see how that plays out. But it was a really interesting exercise. And it was a really micro level exercise that I had never done before. And it was actually very eye-opening. So then I went and did our credit card processing fees. I did the exact same thing. I pulled all of our orders, pulled all of our credit card processing data, and then pulled out all of the fees. And I found that our credit card processing fees were higher than expected, but not a lot higher, which was comforting at least. And our tax percentages were higher than I initially anticipated, but that's because we're collecting tax in more places than we used to. And you may say to yourself, well, the tax is actually passed through, right? The customer pays the tax. And the customer is paying the shipping, although there's some, discrepancy in that. So couldn't you just redo the numbers without accounting for the tax and shipping on your gross revenue side of things, or on your net revenue side of things, which is after tax and shipping, and use those numbers? And the answer is we probably could. However, that's not really how you look at profitability of a company as a whole. You look at profitability by saying how much money is the company bringing in gross, how much money is the company spending gross, and what's the percentage difference there. Now, you can make the numbers say pretty much anything you want. And especially when you're modeling something, you can make the numbers say pretty much anything you want. But the goal of every model is to be as close to reality as possible and not to just make you look good. And even though the numbers, after changing the formulas to reflect the appropriate numbers, got much, much more dismal, it was comforting in a way. Because while the numbers were more dismal, they actually reflected reality a lot better. And that was encouraging and exciting, because I would much rather have an accurate formula that gives me a dismal answer than an inaccurate formula that gives me a fantastic answer. That's a no-brainer. It also actually was able to paint a very interesting picture, because we can quintuple our profitability as a percentage. We can take and 5x the percentage profitability. So we can go from a small number of profitability to a much larger number of profitability by shaving off 5 percentage points off of our cost of goods sold at the current level of marketing spend. And that's really interesting. It's really interesting that small change in cost of goods sold would have such a big effect on the bottom line. But it makes sense to me a little bit, because that's a variable cost, right? So when you think about it, the fixed costs have their own issues. You have to get over the basic break even for the fixed costs to go away. But the variable costs stick with you no matter how big you get, how much they're kind of the limiting factor of scaling, right? Because if your cost of goods sold or your variable costs are a very, very small percentage, then the game is, how do we get over our fixed costs and just scale super rapidly? But if your problem is both, that your fixed costs are high and that your cost of goods are high, you only can really get over that problem. You can only really make progress on that by lowering your cost of goods sold a little bit, and by really growing and really scaling the volume, which we're not really in a position to do for another couple of months until we get into the new workshop. So the devil's in the details. And I should have saw this coming, because when we originally done the formula, let me put it this way, we've never spent this much on marketing. This is twice what we've ever spent on a daily basis in our marketing money. So there was a part of me that said, that's possible. When I was looking at the original formulas, I was looking at the numbers going, well, that's possible. But it wasn't until I actually got to this level and I was looking at the real numbers going, those don't line up at all, that it got me thinking about this. But with a more accurate model and with a more accurate formula, I am able to adjust the course and the trajectory of the way we are growing the company and scaling the business to better and better take advantage of that. And we will be able to get our cost of goods sold down. That was why we brought the press project in-house, amongst other reasons. Hopefully, if we can bring that stuff in-house, if we can make those changes, hopefully we'll be able to continue without having to do a price increase. That's my hope. I want to figure out how we can get around doing a price increase, because we've done such a good job maintaining our prices despite all the things that have been going on. But who knows? We'll give it a couple of months, maybe 2 months, I think. And if we can't get our act together in 2 months and we can't really figure it out in 2 months, that's when we may need to do a price increase. And I don't know on what. I don't want to do the whole line. That doesn't really make sense. It's a couple of key offenders that are the worst case scenario as far as what's causing us to drag on profit. And actually, we have a couple of key ideas that once implemented should hopefully solve a lot of this. They should provide clever solutions that provide value to the customer and continue to help us grow without having to do a price increase. But we'll see how it goes, right? Anyway, thanks for tuning in today. Be sure to check back in on Thursday for our next topic. And don't forget to check that subscribe button below as well as the bell notification to get notified right away. If you have any questions or concerns about your leather binder, journal, folio, or accessory, feel free to contact us on the main page of our website at murdycreative.co. Or you can send us an email or text message. That's 414-434-9001. You can also DM us on Instagram and Facebook. We're a little slow to the draw to those ones, unfortunately, today, just due to the nature of the way our CRM system, our customer resource management system, is working. We're hoping to get that fixed soon, but if you need to get a hold of us in a hurry, that phone number, 414-434-9001, is both a call or a text number. We are available 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, Central Standard Time. So if you reach out to us during those hours and we don't pick up the phone, feel free to leave us a message. We're probably with somebody else. But if you call outside of hours, just realize that we'll hopefully get back to you as soon as we can in the morning. If you think we deserve it, a good review can go a long way to help us grow a new community. Both a review on whatever podcast app you're listening on or a nice comment on YouTube, or a review on the product itself. If you go to murdycreative.co/reviews, and then you can read all of our amazing 5-star reviews there, or there's a button there, and you click that button, it'll take you to facebook.com/murdycreative.co/reviews, and you can leave your review there. We like to use Facebook because it's a good third-party processor for the reviews, and it helps make sure that we're not just lying or making them up. If you don't have Facebook and you want to leave us a review, feel free to send us an email. Someday in the future, we may have something on our website that's more direct, but at the moment, this is a great option for us. So if you have a bad review or you'd want to leave a bad review for any reason, please reach out. There's another button there that gets you directly in contact with us. Give us an opportunity to make it right. We really do stand by our products. We want everyone to walk away from any sort of transaction happy. And we'll go above and beyond in most cases to take good care of you. So please give us an opportunity to take it and make it right, no matter what the case is, and we'll do our best. If you really want to help us grow, share the company with your friends and family, as well as the podcast. And if you want to share it with the company with your friends or family, go to the top of our website, click log in. All you need to put in is an email and a password. And then in the bottom left-hand corner, there's a reviews button. If you click on that reviews button, you get 5% back on any purchase you make as in-store credit, which is neat. But there's also a shareable link in that space there. That shareable link will allow you to get $5 when anybody who uses that link makes a purchase, and it gives them $5 off when they make that first purchase. So it's a great way to really encourage your friends and family to buy you a gift. So definitely check that out if you're interested. If you have any podcast topics you want to hear more about, send them my way. I'm always looking for new topics to talk about, and I want to answer your questions if you've got them. So reach out. If we can talk about it, we will. If you're looking for multiple binders, journals, folios, anything we sell for gifts, giveaways, menus, really any reason, ask about our bulk discounts. Our bulk discounts start at a minimum order quantity of 5, and that is 5 of one thing or 1 of 5 things. It's just based off your total cart quantity, so you can mix and match to your heart's desire, and the more you buy of the different kinds of things or of one thing, the larger your discount is. So if you want to get a custom or if you want to get a bulk discount, all you need to do is reach out to us, SALES at murdycreative.co, and ask about that discount, and we'll be able to get you a code for that. Also, if you want a custom engraved item, right, you want to add your logo or your signature or something like that to your item, all you need to do is reach out to us, sales, SALES at murdycreative.co, or there's a custom/bulk order tab on our website that's got all of the details. We have no minimum order quantities. No minimum order quantities. You can get just one. We also have no setup fees. The only thing we have is a flat fee per book, and it's normally $15, and that's before the bulk discount. So if you're going to get a bunch of books all with your company logo on it, you're going to get a discount off of that $15 flat fee as well. The fees can go up a little bit if you're getting like a full page engraving or if it's really complicated, but those details can be sorted out with our amazing customer service design team. So reach out to us, SALES at murdycreative.co if you're interested in that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a great day, and goodbye.